Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Finn Finnegan will have to make a life-changing decision that could affect his future with Steffy Forrester. Brooke Logan will also pay an unanticipated visit to Ridge Forrester with a thing in mind. For starters, Finn will reply to Poppy Nozawa's pressure now that she's pushing him to keep quiet about Luna Nozawa's maternity news. Finn's rankled up since he feels like Luna might have turned out else if he'd been part of her life. This secret destroyed any chance of that, so Finn may be floored over Poppy wanting to pile on the deception now. Poppy will stress how important Finn stands to lose if he comes clean to Steffy. Will Finn make a bad situation worse by hiding the verity or ignore Poppy's plea and plan to confess? Either way, Finn's facing a life-changing choice since hiding effects will affect his marriage. And so will discovering the whole story if he chooses to do that rather. Over with Brooke, she'll rein Ridge and catch him off guard with a visit. It's safe to say Ridge will rumble over Brooke's appearance and wonder what she's indeed doing there. Brooke may argue that she's come with a progress report now that she's been trying to get through to Carter Walton. Since Brooke's been working on Carter's heart, she'll presumably hope it's just a matter of time until he sees the light. Brooke may contend she's going to get Carter to undo this LLC preemption ultimately, but Ridge may misdoubt that. Ridge knows Steffy has been talking about the same strategy, so he may trust his son to pull it off further than Brooke at this point. Whatever the case, there'll be some pressure as Brooke and Ridge have another discussion about her CEO gig and her sweats to change Carter's perspective. Despite Brooke's desire to make effects right at Forrester and put her relationship with Ridge back together, Ridge may contend a reunion is en passing. Brooke will give Ridge some updates from the office and try to make some positive prognostications, but Ridge may remain cold and distant with her. Poppy Nozawa demanded John Finn Finnegan's silence while Luna Nozawa smiled over Will Spencer's compliment. At the Spencer manse, Electra Forrester wondered what Will's first print of Luna was like. Will suggested that Luna sounded nice enough and admitted she was a beautiful girl, so Luna beamed as she overheard. Still, Will also gave Electra updates on all Luna's crimes and scary jest. Oh. NCE Will explained everything. He made a vaticination about Luna being locked up for life and no way coming around them again. In Finn's office, he told Poppy it was bull when she claimed she didn't want to burden him with a child. Poppy conceded that she was guarding herself too since the stunner would have been disastrous each around. Finn dissented since Poppy deprived him of a relationship with his son and also raised her to be a killer. Still, he suggested perhaps that would have happened if Finn had been involved in Luna's life. Although Finn felt he'd to tell Steffy Forrester about this, Poppy raised enterprises about how Steffy would reply. This news would also ruin Poppy and Lee Finnegan's chance of fixing their relationship, so Poppy said no bone. Could know Luna was Finn's son. At Forrester Creations, Brooke Logan quizzed Carter Walton to see if he'd any regrets now that he'd lost his fellowship with Ridge Forrester. Carter wondered if perhaps Brooke had regrets about losing her own relationship with Ridge rather. Brooke was thankful for the CEO position, but she had a heart and suggested that Carter did as well. After Brooke questioned how Carter could live with himself after pulling such an achievement, he defended his conduct since Hope Logan lost her line and was fired. Indeed so, Brooke felt that Carter knew what he did was wrong deep down. At the Forrester manse on Thursday's B&B occasion, Steffy showed up to find Ridge and Taylor Hayes enjoying some lovey-dovey moments. After Steffy talked about dealing with the serpents at work, she claimed Carter's guilt had to be eating down at him. Ridge plotted to see Carter as the same person presently, but Steffy felt like the real Carter was still in there. Steffy just wanted to reach Carter's heart and help him flash back who he used to be before Hope led him amiss. Steffy maintained that Carter and Hope would ultimately be out of power and pledged to do whatever it took. Steffy's charge with Daphne Rose will press on, so stay tuned for any marvels that might affect. Steffy Forrester could fall back into dependence after some shocking news. Will Steffy fall when she learns Luna Nozawa is John Finn Finnegan's son? At this point in her marriage to Finn, Steffy is no mistrustfulness, hoping that they've conquered all the challenges. Finn and Steffy have dealt with further obstacles than they can count, but they've always managed to crop stronger as a couple. Still, the fact that Finn is Luna's father may be too important for Steffy to handle. This is the same woman who cured Steffy, held her hostage and nearly ended her life, so Steffy has every reason to detest Luna until the end of time. Luna also took the lives of 2 innocent men since she targeted Tom Starr and Paul Hollister, so Steffy will worry she still poses a trouble, especially on this flimsy interpretation of house arrest. You can go. Steffy will sweat for her family's safety, especially if Finn insists on stepping up for Luna and trying to be a real pater to her. It could stir up some new marriage issues and lead to Steffy using an unhealthy way to manage. Could Steffy end up back on medicines over this whole Luna agony? Will Steffy start reaching for the lozenge bottle and get hooked each over again? Steffy got addicted to anodynes after the motorcycle accident that brought Dr. Finn into her life. Although Steffy eventually got the help she demanded, the rearmost Luna drama could potentially beget a major relapse. Steffy might turn to medicines formerly more as she spins out over Finn and Luna's father-son disclosure. It could push Steffy over the edge and kick off another dependence story, so that's an option to keep in mind. We've no doubt that Jacqueline McInnes would knock those scenes out of the domain, so we'll see if BNB heads down that road. Anyhow, Steffy clearly has some struggles in her unborn, thanks to Daddy Finn's rearmost family connection. Finn and Steffy's relationship could be pushed to its breaking point, so we'll bring you updates on all the fermentation to come. Steffy and Finn will have to figure out if their marriage can survive. Daphne's plans for Carter, going just as Steffy wants. Daphne Rose is going full speed ahead with her plan to betray Carter Walton and break Hope Logan's heart. Daphne has Carter alone in Eric Forrester's office and lets no gravestone go unturned. She can see that Carter is an easy mark, just as Steffy Forrester Finnegan had believed. Carter is a man who falls for women at the drop of a chapeau after all. His love for Hope came out of nowhere. He nearly married Zoe Buckingham and her family, Paris Buckingham, when he slightly knew either one of them. He fell for Quinn Fuller Forrester before anyone could blink, so of course he's ripe for the pickin' for Daphne. Still, is it possible Carter's love for Hope is actually real and he's suitable to repel Daphne and her oddly considerable charms? If he does betray Hope, is there more going on than meets the eye? Every time Daphne is indeed in the structure, everyone at Forrester seems to go into a reverie. Weird music begins playing in the background as everyone seems fascinated by this stupendous incense. Daphne can't really be that good, can she? Maybe there's commodity magical in Daphne's scent that causes people to act strange. It would clearly explain how Steffy is so sure she has everything under control. Is it incense with secret powers, Steffy's secret armament? Does Steffy also realize that she's playing with fire? Effects didn't go well for her the last time she obtruded in Hope's love life. What makes her suppose this time's hindrance will go any better? Also again, this could be what Hope needs. However, this could be the perfect time to bring Thomas Forrester and Douglas Forrester back for good to upend Hope's life and lives at Forrester Creations, if Hope thinks that Carter betrayed her.